This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, good morning. On today's session, we're going to discuss one of the table called event tables. Okay, this table mostly for logging the transactions. Okay, whenever you inserted any new records or deleted or updated all kind of transactions, it will capture as a log. Okay, event table mostly for capturing those log informations. Now, before going to this event table in detail, I want to show this pictorial view. Totally we have around 9 tables. Okay, we can see in dynamic tables, directory tables, event tables, external tables, hybrid tables, iceberg, permanent tables, temporary tables, and transient tables. Mostly we have covered all those tables. In today session focuses only on the event tables. Can anyone say what is an event? If any specific example for event tables, what is an event actually first? What is mean by event? Anyone? See, event is nothing but if you talk in database system terms, if you trigger any specific action. Okay, for example, I'm triggering the store procedures. It's going to give some response for me, right? It's going to give some response for me. Okay, for example, whenever executing store procedure functions, it's going to give some automatically. It's going to give the response. That is nothing but a event. Okay, if you give any specific action for a specific action, some response going to come. Okay, that is nothing but a event. Okay, now what happens is, mostly I said to you, this event table mostly used for logging the transactions. If you look at the pictorial view, what happens, I have one source table. What I will do, using cron pattern, I will schedule this proc. What has happened, the proc, whenever I have given some action, right, this proc will run something and give some actions. It will do inserts, update, delete into the table. Okay, into the target table. Okay, I for insert, U for update, D for delete. Whenever inserting something, right, some data type issue will occur, some update, some issue will occur, some delete, some issue will occur. All these logs will be captured in the which table? In the
Event table.
in event table. All DML logs will be captured in this table. It's only available in the Snowflake. Okay, no need to set any predefined columns for event table. Sorry, no need to specify any columns for the event table. Already the columns are predefined. Already columns are predefined. Whenever some any new transaction happening, right, it will capture all this information. When the proc got started, what are the records got inserted, what is the exception you have faced while inserting, what are the exceptions you have faced while updating, and then any exception during delete. All kind of transaction logs will be stored in which table?
Event tables.
Event table. Okay, now I'm going to discuss one by one. Before that, have a look, guys. These many tables you have to focus on while going for interview. In that, Hoodie tables is not there. It's a Hadoop one. You have to focus Hoodie as well. These many tables we have. Okay, we have seen data tables we have seen, external tables we have seen, and temporary tables, transient tables, permanent tables we have seen. Still a few more things. Iceberg and a hybrid is missing. I'll cover it later session. I'll cover in the later sessions. Now, if you are designing any kind of data pipelines or ETL pipelines or ELT pipelines for, okay, what you have to do without a proper logging and tracking. See, I am designing one data pipeline. For the data pipeline, there is no proper logging and tracing, not tracking, it's a tracing. Okay, definitely it's not going to be a smooth operation. It's going to be a challenging one because I'm not logging any informations. How many records got inserted per day? How many records are updated? How many records are deleted? None of the information I'm not logging and tracing. Then my it's going to smooth operation or very harder operation. I'm going to
Order.
ask you guys, it's going to be a very hard operation. Like you can't be able to manage because it's a complex pipeline. You are not logging any of the information or not doing any tracing activities. Why it's got failed, what's the reason it got failed, what's the data type issue, nothing you're logging. Okay, if you're not logging anything, definitely it's going to not be a smooth operations. It's going to challenging one. Now what happens, right? You have to use one table called event table. In the event table you can define alerts as well. Alerts in the sense, if any exception occurred, right, alert will trigger some messages and then it will notify to the source team or who are making development, right, it will notify to them. Okay, once they get notification, right, they can able to do some changes in the logics, application logics, they can able to change. If any discrepancies occurs automatically, if you have configured alerts in Snowflake, what will happens, right, it gives a context why this exception got, what's the reason for this exception, all things you can get. Okay, in the which table? Event table. In event table, what you have to set? What we have to set? What we have to set? Event table.
Alerts.
Alerts. What alerts will do? Anyone? What alerts will do? What alerts will do, guys? Few minutes back I said all these things to you. What alerts will do?
This conference will now be recorded.
See, if any discrepancy occurs in the pipelines, okay, what happens, right? Alerts will send the notification to the developers. Developers can able to debug, and then they can gain more insights, more information about those exceptions, and then they will what they will do, right? They will change the code behavior. It's crucial. Okay, this is what they will do. That's why they are setting the alerts. It's kind of notification if any discrepancy occurs, any database issues while doing some DMLs in transactions. Okay, now everything will be logged into the finally into the event tables. Okay, what is meant by event? Anyone, guys? What is meant by event? What is mean by event?
Whenever stored procedure calls like that, when triggered, the event will be called.
See, event is nothing but I already said to you, database terms. If you trigger any specific action, okay, that's going to give instantly. It's going to give some responses. If you are writing some functions or stored procedures, procs, if you trigger some proc, right, what will happen? Immediately, it's going to give some responses. That is nothing but a event. Okay, yeah. Now we can able to see the pictorial view. Snowflake is offering here native logging and tracing feature, but in any other database, this feature is not available. You have to create separate one event table. You have to capture all the logs manually, but Snowflake is offering this feature. Using this feature, you can able to trace all those logs and then you can able to log it as per the industry standard libraries. Okay, it's mostly used in accessible developers. Now, if you look at here, this finally what is happening, right, it's capturing. If you look at this pictorial view, yeah, I will minimize this picture to you guys. Yeah, now you can see I'm writing user defined function, user defined table function, user defined table function, proc, native apps. It can be any Python apps. Okay, finally, what happens, right? In the application, some any discrepancy occurs or proc any discrepancies occur during transactions, or writing some logics for user-driven table functions. Okay, any discrepancies occurred. Finally, all those actions triggered by this UDF, UDTF store function, those discrepancies, the logs will be captured. Exception logs will be captured. Which table? Which table?
Event tables.
Event table. Okay, and then event table, you have to set some alerts. You have to specify some conditions. If the threshold exceeds, means if this exception occurred, alert has been sent, okay, to the various developers. Based on those information, they will, what they will do, right? They will fix their codes. Good. This is how you have to build a ETL or ELT pipelines. Good. Now, can you say, guys, what is UDTF? What's the abbreviation of UDTF?
User defined table function.
Tell function. What is UDF?
User
Chandamal.
defined.
User defined function, sir.
User defined function. What is UDTF? UDTF.
User defined table function, sir. User defined table function.
I'm asking Sendamal. He's not answering for my questions.
The user defined table function.
Table function. Keep in mind, we're going to see all these things. Now, we're going to see like when this event tables was introduced. The event tables was introduced when in a public preview, they given public preview in May 2023. 23. It's one of the new feature. If you go and talk to somebody, right, no one can able to understand because it introduced in last year, May 2023. Okay. Now we're going to see what are the features in the event table we have. It's having the predefined set of columns. You can't able to modify it. I already said, right? In the any ETL or ELT workloads, you have to define your own set of columns. But in event tables, or it's predefined. You can't able to modify the columns. Okay, mostly used for tracking, logging, and tracing data. You can trace the data, how the data flow wins. Okay, how many records got inserted, how many deleted, what the record got changed, what are the exceptions. You can able to trace the data, and then you can do the tracking as well. And you can have only one active event table Azure account. For one account, only one active event table you can use it. Guys, got it? You can have one active event table Azure with an account. Mostly you can use in procs, UDF, UDTF, native apps. Native apps means Python application. Okay, because it native means I'm using Python application. It's a native. Snowflake. Good. Now I'm going to show some syntax to create event tables. If you want to create event table, what syntax, guys? Create event table name. This is the first syntax you have to keep in mind for create event table. Or if it's fine, create event table name. That's it. Second step is what you have to do. Whenever you're creating an event table, you have to assign to that particular account. Okay, I already said one event table can be assigned with only how many accounts? Only one accounts. Okay, now what I'm doing, assigning event table to accounts. How to assign in the sense? Alter account set event table equal to database name, schema name dot whatever the event table you have created, that event table you have to provide. Now what I'm doing is I'm assigning this event table to my
Account, sir.
To my account. Okay, this are two major steps you have to follow. It's very important step, guys. Create event table, and then after creating event table, right, you have to assign with the Chandamal. You have to assign with account. Okay. Now third step is, see guys, they are writing some user defined functions. These things I'll cover later. How to get a function? It's very simple. Okay. Most of Snowflake developers will create some UDF, create a replace function. You have to give the function name, and then these are the arguments you have to supply, and then they will write some business logics here. You can use SQL language, you can use Python, you can use Java, you can use any of the languages to create a functions. But majorly, if you go anywhere, right, they will use only Python. Like 20% you can see SQL things. Those who are not comfortable with Python, they'll prefer
SQL, sir.
Equal.
SQL, sir.
SQL. Okay, but majorly can see Python things, language. You can write in Python, you can write in SQL, you can write in Java, you can write in Scala, anything. It's not Scala, anything. It's fine. Okay, you have to write the business logics here, and then after writing this user defined function, right, whenever you trigger this function, some kind of response, kind of event. If I slap Anand, what will it do? If I slap Anand, I'm giving a kind of action to Anand. What Anand will do? Anand will slap me. That is the response he's giving to me. That is nothing but nothing but
Event.
event. Okay. If suddenly some action is giving, some action will perform there. Okay, some action, some response will be given there. That is nothing but event. Now, what happens, right? If you query this event table, right, you will get the informations. Okay, this is the fourth step. This is how they will do. Now, what I going to do is, I'm going to create an event table. I'm going to assign to the account. I'm going to write a proc. Okay, simple things I'm going to do now. And then I'm going to show how the event table structure is. What are the informations are captured while doing DMLs? All things I'm going to capture. I'm going to show it in the demo session. Before that, just look at this, guys. Source table is there. Once the proc is triggered, we'll do insert update delegates. All the logs will be captured in the event table. Okay. Now straight away going to demo session. Still one more class there for event tables. Though it's a day one, we'll see some demo things. Okay, like how to create your event table. Can it help me how to create a event table?
Create.
I will
Create a
change
replace.
the database name, guys, AWS DB, and then make it schema. Good. Now you guys have to say how to create your event table. Okay, create, make it caps, guys. Create or
Replace.
Replace
replace.
event
Yeah, create a replace event.
Table.
table.
Yeah, why it's not coming from me? Event table. Just I'm thinking of why it's not coming from me. See, once again, guys, create event. Let's try it like this. Nothing is coming. Okay, give a try. Create or replace, because it's not a database object. That's why it's not populating. Okay, it's not a database object. It's one of future they introduced. Event table.
Table name.
Hey, who said, man? You have to provide the database name. Database name, schema name I have to provide, and then only you have to provide the table name. Help
Table
me,
name.
guys. What's the database name?
AWS DB
AWS DB
dot
dot
AWS schema
dot. Now you can provide your
table name.
event table. Okay, I going to put for understanding event TBL. Okay, event TBL, and then event table. Though it's your payments. Okay, good. Now I'm creating event table. Step 2, what I have to do?
Account, sir.
Yeah, I have to assign to your account. Okay, guys, good. Now help me, guys. Alter
Count.
account
Count.
set
Set.
Set equal to
Event.
event table. Event table,
event
right?
table.
See, the syntax is really different. Okay, you have to make event underscore table. equal to
equal
again you have to provide database name,
database
schema name,
schema.
and then event table you have to
event
provide.
table name.
Now assign to this account. Now I am assigning to this account, everything good. Okay. Now what I am going to do is I am going to set the log level. We have discussed what are the various log levels we have. What are the various log levels we have? I teach you guys in the snow park what are the various log levels we have. Anyone? Logging levels. I took the
Error,
logger framework. Error,
warning,
warning, fatal,
fa-
info,
info,
trace, debug. Because I want to give some hints to you guys. Then only you guys will answer. In the interview, someone has to feed some inputs to you guys. Without feeding some input, you won't answer. Useless. Now, just alter the session. Alter session, and then now this is the command I'm going to use. Okay, now I'm going to set some log level. Okay, the log level I'm going to use info. If I use info, what are the log levels to be captured? If I use info, what are the log levels to be captured?
sir, all,
Come again?
sir, warning,
Yeah,
fatal, everything.
warning, and then warning, and then
Errors.
and then see guys, just go and look into the log level frameworks. Okay, then only you know about the log levels. Without knowing log levels, you are working in ETL field. What is info, what is fatal, what is error, you have to know all these things. If you are taking info, right, what are log levels will be covered, you should know. If you take all, what are log levels will be covered, what is a trace, what are log levels will be covered, everything should know. Without knowing log levels, don't sit in the ETL classes. Now good, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set info. Okay, it will capture the it will capture the one as well as it capture the error as well. Okay, these are log levels will be captured. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a proc. For writing a proc, what syntax guys? Create or replace procedure name you have to give. Okay, I'm going to give like it's a payment proc, right? Payments, yeah, payments proc. Okay, just give like this payments event proc. And then you have to mention the return type as well. Okay, now what I'm doing is returns the data type I have to mention. Okay, the data type is varchar. I am returning not null. That's it. I'm returning not null. The language, you guys are flexible in SQL, right? You can use SQL. If you know JavaScript, you can use JavaScript. If your guys are good in Java, you can use Java. And then if your guys are good in Python, you can use Python. Now, as of now, you guys are covered in SQL, so I prefer this language SQL. Now, I'm going to execute as a owner. Execute as owner because the account admin is having the ownership. It's having all the privileges. That's why I execute as owner. Okay, good. And then give as, and then now you can use the double dollar. Okay, it's nothing but here from here the body of the loop will start. Okay, so putting double dollar, and then ending also you have to put double dollars. Good. Now you have to write your logics. First I want to declare some variables, guys. Declare some variables. Declare block will be there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one variable called DML count. It's going to integer type. See, what I'm going to do is just I'm going to insert the records from source table to target table. Sendamal, the use case is very simple. Insert the records from source table to target table. That's it. Simple use case I'm going to do. Okay, and then I'm going to do only insert things. It will give some logs. That logs will be captured in the event table. That's it. Don't get confused, guys. Now I'm going to add one more column. It's column COL, and then it's also a varchar for me. And then I'm going to write some queries. Queries here, string for me. You can use string type, and then I'm going to use a count. I'm going to make a count as the count is integer type, int type. I'm going to declare it 0. If you guys walked in proc, then it will be easy for you. If you walked in as which proc? Oracle proc, it's very easy for you guys. If you guys don't know about this proc things, it's very difficult to walk in Snowflake. And then assigning as a value is 0. Okay, what's the count value now? What is the count value?
0, sir.
0. See, for assigning the variable value, right, you have to use colon equal to. Okay, and then we have the variable called DML count, and then column is the one of the variable. Queries another variable. Now I'm going to use one block called what block? Chanamal. I use declare block. Next, what block I have to use?
Begin, sir.
Begin. That's it. Begin. Now, just what I have to do, right? In the begin block, I'm going to have one. What we can do? Okay, we can take the start date, timestamp. We can take, okay, because I want to take the timestamp. Now I can assign one let statement. Let is nothing but your just a variable, okay, inside the begin block. Now I'm going to have one variable called start date. What's the timestamp for this start date? I'm going to give the type as timestamp, okay, and then colon equal to. If I want to get current timestamp, what function I have to use? If I want to get current timestamp, what function I have to use? In Snowflake.
Current timestamp.
That's it, current timestamp. Or if it's current timestamp, it's current timestamp. Now, what is the started value? Now, what is started value?
Sir, current timestamp.
Current timestamp, that's it. Because it's a variable, right? What are the values getting, right? This will be assigned to a variable called start date. Start date data type is start date data type is timestamp. That's it. Now I'm going to use one system function called log. Okay, I'm going to use a system function. If you see some dollars, right, system function, I'm going to use log. Now, because I given what are log levels are given here. What's the log level I given here?
Info,
Anand, it's info. It's info. I'm going to give some log levels. Okay, just I'm going to use one info, and then I'm going to give some custom message. Procedure started. What I'm going to give is procedures started. It's a custom message. Procedure started at. Okay, started at. Now to concatenate, what is the annotation I have to use for concatenation? For concatenation, what is the annotation you have to use?
Pipe symbol.
You have to use pipe symbols. You have to use. And then now, if you want to convert start date into here, start date into varchar. See, start date it's timestamp. If you want to convert into varchar, what function I have to use?
Cast, sir.
Cast. Who said cast? I'm asking. I want to convert timestamp into a varchar or string. What function will you use to convert a timestamp into?
TrueChar, sir.
TrueChar. That's what my expectation is. It's TrueChar. TrueChar. Just to pass start date. Okay, and the TrueChar function will accept two arguments. One is start date you have to pass. And another one is pattern you have to follow. Pattern. What is the pattern you have to follow is I'm going to put the pattern. Okay. In this pattern I'm looking for y. Sorry, make it caps, guys. Y. And then hyphen dd and then hours 24-hour format. Here's 24. Minutes means mi. In Snowflake, mi. Okay, make it lowercase. And then seconds is going to be a lowercase. That's a lowercase. Good. Everything we have achieved, right? Now just to put the line termination, guys. Yeah. This is how you can able to log the information. You have to use system log. What the system log will do, right? It will log those information which table? In the event table. That's why using system log. This system function to capture the logs or events into the which table? Which table? Event table. Now someone will ask a question. Hey, are you not inserting anything? Hey, not like that. It's system function. What it will do, right? If you use this function, it automatically will go and insert into the
Event table.
event table. That's what you have to understand. Okay, now I'm going to do some inserts. Just I will make something to perform inserts. Okay, good. Before performing some inserts, right, what I'm going to do, right, I want to create some table, guys. I didn't complete my proc. I want to create some tables. Okay, just I took my notepad++. Let's see any table is there or not. I had to get one source table and target table. Yeah, it's taking so much of time. I don't know why it's taking this much time, guys. Yeah, now it's came. Okay, good. Now what I'm going to do is just I'm going to create one table. Okay, there are so many tables out there in my hand. Okay, I will take this table. Okay, this is a source table. Just take into a Snowflake. Anand, you have to understand very carefully. This is a source table for us. Just create a table. It's called members. Now the table got created, and then I'm going to insert few records. Just insert these records into the source table. Members. Now the 5 records got inserted. If you query this table, right, select star from members, you can see those 5 records. Right? Now same thing, you have to create target table. I'm going to keep members underscore TGT. TGT means target. Or we can keep something, guys, instead of keeping like this. BKP. What is BKP?
Backup, sir.
Backup. It's a backup table. Okay, just create a member backup table. Now we have the source table and we have backup table. Good. Now directly you can write the query now. Come here. Now guys, write a query. We have one variable called query variable, right? Take this query variable. Query colon equal to now give a queries. Just I want to insert target table. Very simple, guys.
Insert into
Insert it. That's it. Insert into
target table. Members.
Hey, without giving database name, schema name, nothing you will provide. It will directly give the target table. AWS DB and then AWS schema dot members
Members BKP.
BKP, and then Anand and Sujita Priya have to answer for every queries. And then
Select start from
select start from
members.
members. Hey,
Database.
see,
AWS
without
schema.
don't give it. See, if you are running this environment, it will run. If you go and run in some other environments, it will fail. It will say table is not exist. Every time, what you have to give?
AWS DB.
Database name you have to provide, and then provide schema name. Take it as a practice. Don't put the table name as it is. Put the database name, schema name, and then put the table name. Okay. Now, members, good. Written a query. It's a DML operation. And then I'm going to have one limit. Okay, I'm going to copy how many records? Going to copy only
3 records.
3 records. That's it. Now, if you want to run this query, what statement do I have to use? Sandamal? If you want to run this query in Oracle Proc, what statement will you use?
Sir, execute.
Execute, correct. Good. Execute immediate. This is syntax, guys. Immediate, and then I have to put colon. Little bit syntax will get changed. Okay, just I have to put the query. What happens, right? If I put the execute immediate query, it will run all those DML things. Okay, it will just select the things and then insert into this backup table. Good. Everything fine, guys. Now what I'm going to do is we'll do something. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm executing this query. I want to count. I want to find the count for the last run. Anand is there. I want to find the count for the last run. Think twice or thrice, guys. I want to find the count for the last run. What we can do? I already took all these things with you. To every last run, right? I have to take the count. Just you select query, and then directly you can use star
Counter.
from table. See, Anand, it's Snowflake. It's not the Oracle database. I am saying last runs. We have to find the count. Without knowing function, don't answer. Select star from table. Okay, select star from table. We have one function called result scan. Result scan. In that you have to, this is a function actually. You have to provide the last query ID. What this last query function will do, right? After executing these things, right, this is a query, right? It will take the last query ID and scan those things, and then finally find the count. Good. Last query ID. This is how you can able to find the count of the last runs. Last query ID. Good. Everything good, right? Now I'm going to find the count. Okay. Yeah. Result scan I did. Last query ID. Okay. Just what I will do, right? Just I will run this thing. Okay. Just this thing alone I will run. Let's see what it's giving for us. What is showing to us? What is showing to us?
Member
Table
BKP.
members backup.
Successfully created. Because last query what I ran, I created this backup table, right? Who said insert? Who said insert? Whether execute statement? Whether execute statement? Sendamal?
No, sir. No, sir. We not
Then how is saying it's insert? Sendhan, I'm asking you, how we can say that it's an insert? I didn't run this proc, I didn't run this insert statement as of now. How we can say these things? Last query ID will be your I created this backup table. That's why it's giving table member backup table successfully created. Got it? Good. Now, for your understanding, I'll say, okay, just I'll insert these records. Let's see what happens. I'll run this query now. Now, number of records inserted is 3.
3.
If you run this one, what you'll get? What you'll get?
3 only, sir.
3. Now, if you want to take this value, though it's a first column, right? What I'm going to do? I'm going to remove the asterisk. I'm going to put $1. Why putting $1? Why putting $1?
First column, sir.
It's a first column. Sunita Priya, $1 represents, it's a first column. Number of rows in the first column. That's why putting $1. And then I'm going to write into the one variable, into. You can use into, and then what's the variable? Count. That's it. Now, guys, what you have to do, right? Just I manually inserted this records, right? I'm going to truncate the backup table now because it should not affected. I want to truncate the target table. Sorry, backup table. Truncate table member BKP. If anyone has to find the previous count of the table, what is the function you have to use? What function you have to use? If you want to perform the count of the previous statement, what function you have to use?
That last query.
You have to put select star from table. You have to do the result scan of the last query ID. Last query ID will be there, right? From the last query ID, we will do the result scan and we'll be able to get the count. Okay, you can store into one variable called into count. Good. So then what we can do? We can write one if condition, right? Condition logic we can write if count greater than 0. Greater than 0. Sorry, don't put colon. If count greater than 0, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to log the information. For logging the information, what function I have to use? System $of
Log.
log, and then I'm going to put the log level first. Log level is from info, and then total number of inserted or total number of records. Total number of records inserted, okay, or for concatenation, what's the annotation you have to use?
Pipe symbol.
Pipe symbol, and then just to provide the count. That's it.
Count.
Just provide the count. Good. This is how, yeah, it's a simple thing, guys. Even 6th standard, 7th standard students can be able to write the procs. Very simple. Just we are inserting target backup table, and then we are and then storing the variable. If count greater than 0, then we are printing the information. Not printing the information, just we are putting all the information to the event tables. That's it. Okay. Now, when are you using if statement, right? What you have to do? You have to give. Sandhamal, you have to give end if. After that, I have to find the end date. Okay, not end date means I want to get the what I'm going to do is I want to find the end time. Okay, I want to find the end time. Again, use a variable, declare variable let end date. What's the data type is timestamp. Okay, and it's going to assign a value to the variable. I'm going to want to get the current timestamp, and then I missed one more thing, guys. No one said to me. I missed the semicolon. Okay, good. Now what we have to do? Again, we have to write into the event table. I will copy from here, guys. Copy and then paste it here. Procedure completed. Procedure at. Okay, good. Everything is good, right? And then you have to provide the. Yeah, I put the start date, end date, everything done. Query I run. Let statement is run.
Sir, end the problem.
End date.
Yeah, instead of start date, end date I have to give, right? Good. Yeah. And to carry, you have to provide the end date. That's it. Okay. Guys, once again, guys, I'm thinking of something logics I haven't implement. Okay, once again.
This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, now everything's completed, guys. Okay, just what you have to do, right? In the proc, we have written the returns varchar. Okay, you have to return a varchar, but it should not be a not null. Okay, just use one statement called returns. Okay, and then you can put like successfully, because I want to return his varchar. Okay, completed, and finally you can put one. Though you have used a begin block, Sendamal, what you have to use in the
End.
last?
End, sir.
We have to use end. That's it. If you are using begin block, definitely have to use end.
Block.
Okay, just put end, and then there will be a, yeah, good. Everything's good, guys. Now just put the semicolon and try to compile the proc now. Unexpected returns. Yeah, you should put only return, not returns. I think that's a mistake, guys. You have to put return, not returns. Now try to compile. It will create a database object. What it's showing again, unreturns varchar not null.
Sir, in the 37th line also returns.
37th line. That syntax correct actually. Because if you are returning a result set, okay, multiple groups or records will come. That's why record returns. But why it's showing like this, I don't know. Just will give it a try, guys. Returns. Just will give it a try. Return success. No, it's giving some other error for me. Okay, we'll try with one handler. We have one handler called OTPT. Let's give it a try. And Teradata, they will use this OTPT. No, it's giving some other error for me, guys. Create or replace. It's correct. Returns varchar not null and then declare. Yeah, I missed the line termination. Returns varchar not null. Okay. Understood. See, I made a blunder mistake, guys. No one said to me, see, even Sendaman and Satish, no one said to me, just were thinking of Sendaman and Satish, while creating a proc, this is a proc name, right? This is a proc name, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sendaman Satish, this is a proc name, right?
Yes, sir.
We have to pass
Argue.
arguments. Okay, without arguments also you can able to create a proc, but for this function what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a proc. This proc is a function, right? Proc is some kind of function, right? You have to put this bracket, right, Sendamal?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why I have
But
not said these things to me? Now I'm going to give some argument as out. Okay, the out is going to be varchar for me. Why it is going to be varchar.
yeah,
Data type is varchar. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass the argument to the out. Returning is going to be a out as well. Just give return out. That's it. I'm not going to do anything with the out with this argument. Okay, just I'm passing the argument and returning the argument. That's it. Now this time it won't throw any errors, guys. I think I'm missing end of file line of 4.
sir, we have to mention out variable.
Out with
Variable, sir.
out is a variable, right? I don't know what is saying. Return language SQL. I missed on line termination. That's why I'm checking on. Okay. Yeah, I can see line termination everywhere. Okay, once again I'll change this OUTS because OUT have inbuilt variable as well. Make it as OUTS. Just create this. Error 4 near 68. 68. Okay. Why it's showing like
Sir,
line of 60? Yeah, go ahead.
sir, we have to mention the variable out for in it's taken, sir. But out we have to mention that out in proc.
Once again.
This conference will now be recorded.
Once again, guys. Someone's calling.
This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, guys. I made a blunder mistake, guys. Okay. Just now I can able to create the uh, procs. The proc is successfully compiled. Now you can able to see the payments event proc is successfully created. If you go to the AWS DB, right, and schema, you can see the procedures. In the procedures is created. Okay, payments event proc is created. the argument is going to varchar for me because I am passing one argument. That's nothing but outs, OUTS. That type is varchar. Okay. If you click here, you can able to see the description. What is the argument type, and then what returning. It's returning varchar not null, language is SQL, when it's got created, and then it's going to be user defined procedure for us. Good. Now, after creating a proc, it will be successfully compiled and stored as a database object in the Snowflake. Now, we have the proc name, right? Now, we have the proc name, payments event proc. Just copy. How to call a proc? Anyone? How to call a
The
proc?
call procedure name, sir.
Call
Procedure name.
procedure name. That's it. Now just use call, and then you can use, and then you can pass some varchar. Okay, we pass some hello because I'm not going to use this input argument. Just passing hello. Now if you run right, now you can call your procs. Now what is returning? What is returning?
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Why returning hello again? Why it's returning hello? Anyone?
We give the statement as written OTS.
Why it's returning hello? That's my question is. Anyone?
Sir, we are returning a varchar, sir.
Returning here, see whatever the input I'm accepting, that returning the same as it is. Okay. Now that's why getting hello. Whatever the arguments are passing, right? The same argument are returning. That's why getting hello. Now do one thing, guys. Though I want to query my event table, select star from my event table name is event table payments, right?
Yes, sir.
Event table payments. Now just do one thing. Select star from, okay, event table payments. If you run this, fire this query, you can see all the logs has been captured. I already said it's a predefined columns. No need to change anything. You can see the timestamp. Okay, observe timestamp. And then what is the resource you have used? Who is the user? Okay, username, and then the database ID, database name. Every information will be captured here. You can see what's the proc name, what's the query ID. Everything will captured here. And then record type. What's record type? What's record type?
Logs.
Log. And severity is info. Okay. And then which line number? Code line number. Just started at total number of records set inserted are Sujita Priya. Total number of records set inserted are
3.
3. And then when the proc got completed, all the times you can see within 1 minute it was successfully ran. Okay, all this kind of log information will be captured in the event table. If any event occur, right, this log table we can able to capture, event will can able to capture. If I fire the query one more time, what will happen? Proc. I'm firing the proc one more time. Now running hello for me. Now if you look into this event table, now how many records will be there? How many records will be there? Again it's giving, hey, one minute guys, just I want to check why it's not giving the timestamp again. Okay, Yeah, it's coming. Okay, I think it's getting delayed, guys. Okay, if you refer, if you do again fire the query, right, event tables, it's taking some time. Yeah, it's coming. Proc started it this time. I'm not able to see the number of records, right? Okay. Procedure started at, it's coming. Okay. Total insert 3 is correct. And then 46 coming. 1934, right? And then 1937, proc got started. Okay, it's not capturing the informations. Yeah, it's slowly updating, guys. See, you can see, right? Previously 4 records is there. Now, how many records are there? 6 records are there. Now you can see the time. Proc started at this time 45. It completed 46, and we have only 3 records because the query I have used, last query ID, right? Last result scan, last query ID. Okay. Now that's why it's giving only 3 records for us. If you fire the query one more time, sorry, if you fire the proc one more time, again we will store those logs in the event table. Sadish, understood, right?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, third time I'm firing the proc. Now you can see it slowly will update, man. See, if you, I think it's not coming as of now. Okay, it's getting delayed. It's showing still 6 records for me, but yeah, it has to give 9 records for me. Yeah, how many records are there? Sendamal,
9, sir.
9 records are there. Now, if you look at here, you can see the time as well. 45 and forgot 46, and then total insert 3. Totally you can see the 9 records. All kind of log information will be captured here. You can capture the info, warn, fatal, error, everything can capture. But what you have to do is you have to configure here itself. You have to configure here itself. Where you have to configure? Set log level is there, right? You can change for warn, or you can change for fatal, you can change for error, all kind of things you can capture here. Guys, we are going to have one more session in this event tables, and then we're going to create some alerts. If any discrepancy happened in the event table, automatic alerts sent to the consumers. Okay, the source systems, those who are configured alerts, right, for developers, automatically some notification will be sent. I'm going to close session right now.